Hey guys, happy Monday. I am super excited about this week, and then I can't wait to hear from all the updates from Miami. I posted Riviera earlier because Jackie must have posted. We always get back and forth. I copied what she wrote, and then I realized I totally missed it. I missed it too. I totally had FOMO all weekend. It was my daughter's first semi-formal, and also Tim had to go to Alabama. So I was in a little bit of a situation where, yeah, they don't like you to leave 12-year-olds by themselves very much. So I stayed home, but it looked like a phenomenal time. And then how about that announcement we got today with the double QV for the end of the month? I know that Jackie is definitely going to touch on this, but I always want to put out there it is such a huge blessing when they offer double QV because you can hit ranks really fast, you can hit bonuses really fast. But on the flip side of that, you really want to stress as you're getting those upgrade packs out that you're turning those upgrades into samples and into customers and into new promoters. So make sure you're utilizing that promo very wisely, because what can happen is that you can hit a rank with a lot of volume coming in from upgrade packs. And if you're not turning those around to get customers or promoters, you're going to fall short on volume. You're going to fall short on volume come the next month whenever maybe you hit a rank or whatever, and then you didn't replenish that with actual customers and with promoters. So I just want to give you guys the flip side of that, because I have been around for, this is my 6th year in the business, and I've seen this promo a couple times. And like I said, it really is beneficial because it helps a lot of people come in, get there very quickly, but utilize it very wisely so that your new promoters and new customers, or you can turn around and get new customers and new promoters to replenish that volume for the next month, and you're not falling short. But you guys, we literally have 8 full days left in this month. And I don't know about you guys, but a lot can happen in 8 days. I can tell you that the majority of my VIP, I fell short on the 2 promoters, 2 promoter orders for my VIP 1600. No matter how much I tried, I was following up like a crazy. They just weren't in a position. And what are you going to do? I pushed. I had all the customers. I had almost all the volume. The promoters would have had to order very little for me to qualify, but I was very proud of myself. But the majority of that all came in within the last couple days. All right. And that tells me that all the following up that you guys have done this month, all that you've been pushing for this month so far up to this point, you really can continue to close out, right? So following up that last time with people and seeing if they, want to take advantage, especially promoters, knowing that this QV will count. Make sure if you have old teammates, look down within your downline, look and see if anybody is close to a rank. You guys would be surprised, especially some of you guys that have, larger organizations or have had larger organizations in the past. You might be surprised on some of those people that want to get back to working. Maybe they don't know about the bonuses. I have a girl that she was a 12K rock star. She really has taken a step back the past couple years, and she messaged me the other day and she said, all right, let's go. She's ready to run for it. And I believe she'll totally get it because she's excited again and she's loving Elite. So her fire's been reignited. Plus, you topple in these bonuses. And I'll tell you, when she went 12K, it was a majority of her just customers. It wasn't even a ton of promoters. And then we also had yesterday somebody that had left 3 months ago wanted to come back. So we're going to see, because Cliff had mentioned that sometimes people decide to leave and come back and so forth. and seeing what we can do as long as they're enrolled under the same enrollers and so forth. So that person they can sign as a customer, but we're going to see about getting it lifted for promoters. So if you have anybody that maybe had left, and as long as they're enrolling with the same person and so forth, we might be able to get them, it's worth sending in a ticket for, right? It's worth sending in a ticket for, to get their account, not their original account, restated. Now they'd have to start over again. Okay. They would have to start over again because their account's been canceled. But as long as they're coming back as a customer first and then upgrade to a promoter with the same enroller, they might be able to work with it. It's worth sending in a ticket. I can't guarantee that, yes, it will be the case. And hopefully they didn't badmouth the company or anything. So they'll be able to get, reinstated. So I'm going to shut up for a hot second because I really want to hear from Jackie. And oh my gosh, I love the fact that Miami was neon, because I'm just loving all of the videos. And I don't know if it was you or Angela. I just pulled up my Instagram and I was watching a reel, and it was like everybody coming in and they were all in their bright outfits, and it was adorable. So Jackie, you want to go ahead and kind of give a little bit of an update on this past, and I feel like I want a background. I'm going to unmute you. I'm getting there. I feel like I'm going to try to put my background up because I have them all saved. All right.
Hi. Hold on 1 second. Let me look around here for a second. All right. Happy Monday, you guys. All right. Hold on. Sorry, I was looking at some messages. Anyways, happy Monday. Miami was absolutely amazing. Yeah, my background that I'm on right now is on my laptop. This is like my on-the-go laptop. So sometimes when I do my Thrive experience calls, it's kind of like an opportunity Zoom. I have that up there just so I'm not like floating around in like restaurants or like, background that does not look like my office. So I keep it on here because I'm not actually home right now. I'm going to be gone for like another week trying to get people on Thrive. So really exciting stuff, you guys. Miami was, honestly, I say this a lot, but like every trip that Lavelle does, it's never the same experience, right? And I always want to share that because I feel like there's a lot of people that have never been on a getaway, right? And it's something that I will never take for granted. And if you guys have been working your butt off from from when you started until like now even, and still never been on a getaway, don't ever give up, right? Because your upline or somebody else could take you, right? I've never missed a getaway. I've actually had a very amazing track record of taking people to getaways with me and it changing their business, or them even coming out of hiatus and then just catching the vision there. When people go on these getaways, it goes beyond them, right? They go and they see a bunch of people who have they've never met before. They hear different perspectives. And I love how Paul Gravett always says, your friends, they see you, but they've known you for a long time, right? Your friends actually get turned on by somebody else when they see somebody else doing it, somebody that kind of relates to them, somebody that inspires them and all that stuff. So anyways, Miami was definitely one for the books. Stuff that has never been done before. The company did it, right? I don't know if we've ever been on a yacht, but we've definitely never done our announcements in the middle of a club. And you guys, Live nightclub is one of the hottest spots in Miami. So the fact that they chose that, I was just kind of like, what on earth? And when I walked in, you guys, it was absolutely breathtaking. I was almost in tears, right? Just because and this might not be relatable to a lot of people, okay? But I just want to share my experience because of who I am, where I come from, okay? I actually, if you guys have ever seen one of the top reels pinned on my post, I was a party girl, drinking all the time and all this stuff, in the nightclubs. And it's really funny because when you're around different kind of people, right? I, in the past, used to be around a bunch of my friends. Some of my friends had a lot of money. They're always flashing their money, and they're always drinking alcohol and spending stupid money on bottles, right? Alcohol bottles. This is what I'm saying. It's not relatable, but there are people out there, okay, who will spend like $550 on a $30 bottle of alcohol. Okay. And when you go to sit at these tables and like you are around these people, they act like they're big shots, right? Because they can spend all this money and like they kind of like, it's just kind of like, it's that very you can't sit with us attitude. Like, who are you? Like, don't sit here, whatever. And for me to walk into one of the hottest nightclubs in Miami, like I've been to this nightclub many, many times, sat at many tables and like, sat there like trying to kiss ass to whoever paid for the bottles, right? Excuse my French, but this was a different feeling because when I walked in there, I'm like, I earned it to be here. Nobody's going to tell me that I can't sit down. Nobody's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very different feeling, right? Like, have you ever felt kind of like left out in anywhere, right? Just because somebody thinks they have more money than you, or somebody thinks they're better than you, or they've done more than you in this lifetime or whatever. And it was just a very different feeling. So to be able to walk in to Live nightclub with like 30, 40, I don't know, 50 of our friends, and then seeing all the like, all the people in the company, and it's of all ranks, you know what I mean? It's not just the people who earned it to get there. It's also the golden ticket winners, right? It's also our plus ones, because a lot of our plus ones, they are brand promoters, you guys. And for them to be able to experience such a VIP kind of lifestyle where nobody's going to tell you, no, I'm sorry, you can't sit here. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm sorry, you can't sit here, or like, like just whatever, getting kicked out of a section because you don't belong there. Like that was not happening at Lavelle's event. And it was a really crazy experience because we walked into this giant 2-story club and like a huge, gigantic club, right? And you just see all the Lavelle logos and everything blasted all over this nightclub, you guys. Crazy, crazy nightclub. You don't know how many celebrities have walked into this nightclub, right? Even every weekend, there's probably like a handful of celebrities that goes into this nightclub, and our CEO
Hold on. You're cutting out.
for our event.
You're cutting out really bad. It's like real choppy.
And he gave us the chills. It was a moment, no getaway beating. So you guys there, like I saw something, it's the way what we sing. You guys hear now?
It's a little bit better, but
A little better?
it's pretty choppy.
Okay. But no getaway will ever be the same, you guys. So this was definitely one. And
No.
know how to fix.
Say, you want to go out and maybe come back in?
Good Lord. Hold on one second. That one, which
No, hold on. You guys are watching my ponytail disappear and figuring out backgrounds, and Jackie's cutting out. We're gonna get this. It's all good. I got like missing arm happening. I'm all trying to figure out this whole background thing. Okay, I hear her. Hold on. Let me unmute her.
All right. Hopefully it's better.
It is. I can tell.
It kicked me off and it brought me back on again. But anyways, crazy, walking into that nightclub where a lot of celebrities have like walked in there, same steps and everything. But this time all over the TVs, all over the LED things and stuff was, Lavelle's videos playing, right? You're able to see your team at like the nightclub all over the place. And it was an experience, you guys. I actually went live on my, Instagram. It's one of my latest posts if you guys want to actually go and watch it. And I went live on there and I was actually speaking to the viewers too. So it was kind of like doing some little notes for Jason Kemper whenever he was like saying something like, oh yay, like the little single serve balance thingies came out, right? And you would see the camera flip around to me and I'm telling the audience like, hey, balance is basically our flat tummy pills. That's like when you like eat something at night and then, you're having like remorse, like not with these things. Like that's how I'm like making comments about what the product launches are going to be, right? Just a lot of things. It's just like, go watch it if you guys haven't yet. We did get some new, what did we get? We got balance single serves. We got hair, skin, and nails, which are capsules. We did not know those were coming. Some of the feedback that I've been getting from people with the collagens is like all of our collagens currently. And, the hair, skin, and nails is not just a collagen product, right? It's actually a lot more than that. Really stuff because, your hair growth and all that stuff, like in your nutrition, it is actually affected from the inside as well. It's not just collagen. There's a bunch of like vitamins and stuff that are crucial for your hair, skin, and nails, right? So it's kind of like a beauty vitamin, basically, our hair, skin, and nails, right? But I did get some feedback, like, I was, digging around in some of our group chats and stuff, and they said that some feedback from their customers was, sometimes they don't like to drink stuff, right? Sometimes they don't want to drink things with flavor. Sometimes gummies, they don't really have a sweet tooth, right? So this is something I've been seeing a lot of people, especially women, saying that this would be an amazing step for us, because all you have to do is take 2 of those capsules and you're going to have like really bomb hair, skin, and nails. And it's not something that you have to like be taking something in with flavor. I personally, I love the gummies. I have them all the time, especially when I have a sweet tooth craving. But like, for somebody who does not like sweets, right, then this is a really good option for them. Anyways, that was one of the products. And then we also got I love Pink Pro too. I love them all, but honestly, the only thing I can really truly stay consistent with is my 3 steps. Amanda's eating gummies right now, but it's just the 3 steps is like, that is like, I'm doing that all the time. Everything else is like, I'm consistent with it when it's right in front of my face, kind of like what Amanda's doing right now. I'm sure she has gummies sitting at her desk, right? So yeah, exactly that. So I'm as consistent as it is in front of my face, but 3 steps is something that I cannot live without. What else was there? He did talk something about a patent. He said Lavelle's been really, really busy. They came out with a patented saliva swab kit that is going to be probably released. My guess probably after Thrivepalooza, we'll get more announcements on that. But basically, it's one of those things where if you've got somebody who's super skeptical, or we one of our big objections for us as promoters is people will always ask, well, is there a scientific backing between blah, 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 right? And here's the thing, okay? So this is something that's really important for compliance, and this will help you guys sell, okay? This is going to help you guys sell and overcome objections. Scientific data, blah, blah, blah. They walk a very fine line. If there is some kind of scientific data, it will go and fall into the same kind of umbrella of us maybe saying that we are curing or treating something, okay? And we want to stay away from that as much as possible. That's why Lavelle doesn't release these like scientific data type things, because really there's nothing that we can claim, right? There's really nothing we can claim. And I'm sure Amanda can speak to that too.
Mm-hmm.
This is something people don't really think about, but in order for us to stay compliant, we want to stay away from those things. Like what we do say is like, you know what, it's proprietary formulas. The stories are really like, that's the data right there. You've got millions and millions of stories of people who are like, they're clearly just doing better. No medical claims, but like you can just see that they're doing much better. You want to add to that?
Yeah, I do. I actually do want to add to it because here's the thing, guys. Everybody's bodies are formulated differently, right? Everybody needs a little something different, which is why I'm super excited about the saliva test, because it's going to help, from my understanding, kind of identify what people are needing more of, less than, whatever, right? And then like the hormonal stuff, like that's going to be really big right now because I'm 42, so like I'm going to be like in the perimenopausal stage here soon, probably already am. It's probably where the hot flashes are coming from. But I really wanted to talk on that because, when somebody asks me what kind of results they're going to get from Elite, a lot of you guys know I had gastric sleeve surgery 4 years ago. And I have drastically changed my diet. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Could I have done a lot better and stayed on track a lot more and cut more things out, been a lot more strict? Sure, absolutely. With that said, no one person is going to be genetically made up the same way. Different hormones cause, like somebody could follow the exact same diet and exercise regimen that I am, eat the exact same foods, and they get these results, but I get these results. Okay. And they're completely different. So I actually like the fact that we're not saying, oh, yeah, take this and lose 20 pounds in this amount of days, or take this and you're going to have 6 inches of hair growth, because anybody that's a beautician knows It's like a 1/4 inch every, like, I forget what the cycle is, the growth cycle of your hair. And for it to grow any more than that, any quicker is really kind of crazy to hear. With that said, your hair growth, your nail growth, all of those things, it all comes down to what nutrients you're getting into your system. And I just had the darn, collagen ones. And you guys, you can look through and you can see different vitamins that are in these. The biotin, it's really one of the big ones. And personally, I don't know I need to look at the, what micrograms they are for. Does anybody have a bottle actually of the hair, skin, and nails? Because I don't have the PDF pulled up, but I would like to know what and then the keratin dosage, right? So like you're getting different stuff that is going to help. The bamboo leaf, I've just now been seeing that pop up, but different people, and something that you should know as well, when you have people that are taking the biotin, if their stomach gets upset, like because of the capsules, right? I've sold in the past a hair, skin, and nails formula that was capsule formula. And sometimes you will have, just like with any type of skincare regimen, you might have an initial breakout in your skin. You might have an upset stomach, right? I tell people, like, if something like that bothers you, just make sure you eat with it or take it in the morning when you take your 3 steps, or so forth, right? But anyways, the whole point of what I'm trying to say here is that every single person is different. Everybody is going to follow a different diet, they're going to have different cortisol levels, they're going to have different hormone levels, they're going to have different genetic makeup. So everybody is statistically going to have different results. However, that's why I always say under promise and over deliver. And I want to set people up for the right products for them. And sometimes what we might try at first might not be what they are getting the exact results for. However, we can kind of tweak that and adjust that. But I always, biggest thing is when somebody tells me they're not feeling it, they're not, whatever, I start with, what are you doing? Like, tell me what your day looks like. How are you taking the product? What kind of diet are you following? Exercise? Are you drinking water? Are you drinking caffeinated beverages, sugary drinks? Different stuff like that. Some people do not change their diet very much. Some people are huge snackers. So you can do some manipulation. Now, we are not nutritionists. We are not doctors. We are not dietitians in any way, shape, or form. We're not trained. Most of us are not trainers, right? So you are not going to know the exact formula, and that's not what you're supposed to. You are saying, this is what this is, okay? And this is what this is targeted to help. And I know that in order for that to work better, you can get somebody in a 3-way if they're really having problems with somebody that maybe is a bit more knowledgeable, because maybe they need more help in the diet area. Maybe they need more help in specific areas or so forth. But with the hair, skin, and nails, or any of the products that we come out with the scientific base, you guys, the reality of it is no supplements that are over the counter are going to be regulated. Okay. They're just not. If they were, they would be behind the pharmacy, and you would have to have them wrote by script. And, then you would have to go through and have a prescription for them. So what you want to always know is that while they are not FDA approved, they are FDA, I think it's like regulated or something like that. So I said not regulated, but technically anything that's out has to be, crap, I'm not thinking of the right word for it right now, but it has to be approved for basically all the ingredients. Just like in Canada, they have an approved list. So you might notice certain stuff has slightly different ingredients in Canada than what it does in the US, especially in the hair, like our hair or hemp and the CBD line, right? Because of their regulations. So that's where you're going to say, so basically what I'm getting at, and I'm sorry, I'm so long-winded, is that we never want to promise somebody that they're going to have some phenomenal results, because you don't know, first of all, if they're taking something as it's needed, or if it's just something that their body might need a little bit of tweaking on how they take it. Based on whatever, right? So no claims that I don't ever make any claims that you're going to get these results with this. I say what exactly the product says on the container. Actually, it's like, it's going to help with your appetite, it's going to help decrease this, it's going to help with decreasing that. And then I share my personal experience. If I don't have a personal experience, I share somebody else's personal experience with that product. And then I just let them know, like, I'm not saying that's going to be exactly for you, but if you are intentionally trying to get those results and you're taking the product, then let's try to like kind of cut back and see, where the problem is. Because, oh, and one last thing, I'll shut up. I've noticed this a lot lately, and I'm so sorry, you guys. I have like a little bit of allergies going on. Our weather is nuts. But I've heard a lot of people message lately and say, well, this person didn't feel anything on a 3-day sample. Two things about that. First off, a 3-day sample, it's not guaranteed somebody's going to feel thrive on day one. All right. For those of us that were day one thrivers, yay, that's exciting because it does pump us up. However, there are people like my ex-husband. It took him like 10 days. Why? Because he ate very poorly. He had a very bad diet. He is a diabetic, high blood pressure, and yeah, he ate poorly and he wasn't very active. So it took him like 10 days and he went through like a really bad detox process and so forth. A lot of people are not taking the product the way that it should be taken, for one. If somebody's sick, I'd wait till they got done, like till they got past their illness, because if not, it's not going to magically make them feel better. We were in across that this past week. Somebody was sick and they started thriving. Well, started taking the product and they were like, I don't feel any different. Well, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm really sick, I'm not going to feel much of a difference on anything. I'm going to still feel like crap. So it's not really the best time to kind of like start the product, but also just real talk. Sometimes people don't want things to work for them, but that's the nicest way they're going to tell you, is that I don't feel it. All right. They're not interested. They don't want to order right now. Or they just don't really want to do it. Or they thought they did and then they don't, because they realize they got to take 3 steps in the morning and they're like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that, because some people just don't, right? Most people don't take a multivitamin every day. And that's okay. Revisit those people again later. Sorry you had that experience. I'd love to help you in the future if you ever change your mind, and then maybe follow up with them down the road. See if they're in a little bit better of a place or a different space, and see if maybe they want to give it a shot again. Right. So, all right, I'm shutting up now.
All right. So, okay. So
I'm
yeah,
loving it.
scientific stuff, blah, 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 right? There's going to be this swab test that's coming out to show someone their, deficiencies, their nutritional deficiencies, which is, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be really interesting, but I just want to give you guys a heads up too. You are probably still going to get people who they do this little swab thing and they're like, oh, look at me, I'm perfectly fine, I don't need Thrive, right? You're still going to have those kinds of people too. And at the end of the day, even if you guys do get those people, you have to go based on like how you feel, right? Our product and our, health and wellness is beyond just like the, looking good on paper, right? Like, how do they actually feel inside? Like, are they happy? Like literally, are they happy? Are they happy? Are things like going well for them and like their, like family and just all that stuff, right? So yeah, Amanda's saying we can have perfect lab but feel like poop, right? So yeah, anyways, that'll be interesting. It's just another tool, right? It's not something to put so much weight on. Like, this is going to be the most like the game changer for our business, because we've been doing the same thing for 10 years, right? The same 3 steps that have been that have gotten a little bit better throughout time, right? Or much better with all these plus sign products and all this stuff. So they're literally just extra tools and stuff for us to work our business. And then another thing that I was really excited about too, which I was pumping up in some of my group chats, was just basically the word shop thrive. Okay, if you guys have heard Jason Camper ever say this. A lot of you guys maybe have not, because I want to say that I've heard him say this shop thrive phrase in a lot of leadership meetings. If this is your first time hearing about it, congratulations. You guys are probably going to hear about it at Thrive Palooza. Shop Thrive is basically going to be a new landing link where somebody can even check out without having to create an account, because I guess it's popular out there in the other companies or just in the direct selling space where people want to be more like, whenever you see people saying like, you don't have to build a team and like all this stuff, right? It's because they literally just want to post a link and for people to go on there and shop, and they don't want to have to like service anybody, right? I've said this in the past that, our business right now, currently, if you're not interested in helping people, and like talking to people and like helping people through the experience, it's going to be hard for you. However, the Shop Thrive thing, it will be huge because it's kind of like affiliate marketing meets network marketing, right? So yeah, option to have a referral and all these things, but they'll have the option to just check out as a guest. So it's going to make the process like go way faster, right? So way, way, way faster. If you guys are already using Instagram or Facebook or any of those things, you guys have a link, you can actually make a link, or you can post a link and people can go and click on it. And let's just say you wanted to sell collagen, like you made a post about collagen. And then what you would do is you would take the link to the product going directly to your collagen, like putting it pretty much directly in their cart, right? Almost a landing page where it takes them directly to that product and they'll be able to just check out and buy. Okay. So this is going to be huge for anyone who's into, posting on social media. If you guys are posting what you love, imagine just going on there and be like, here's a link below to go get it. Currently, when we do this right now, we're doing it and it goes to our register site, right? Where it goes to the, create a login, and people will stop at creating a login because they're like, oh my God, this is going to take too long. I got to enter my email. I got to enter like this and this, and they will stop. Yes, we're still going to be getting commission. Hold on one second. We're still going to be getting commission off of it. Yes. So even if they check out as a guest, as long as it's on your link, it's just that they don't create a actual account. So really, really big things, you guys. There's a lot of companies out there who are already like, pulling in people because this is kind of like no-brainer sales. Like, if you just want to look pretty and post your link and like, oh my God, buy over here. Like, we're going to have that now, right? We're going to have that now.
Yeah. And I kind of want to put it in a different perspective. All right. Like I order Lashify. All right. I'm just going to I'm going to use a different company that's not MLM. And I'm just going to use it as an example. With that said, I have I have like a membership, right? So because of my membership, I log into my Lashify account with my logon username and password. I get a box every month, or I can skip a month, whatever. I get these benefits added. However, I have a direct link that I can send somebody to go and they can purchase. And if they purchase, then I also get a kickback and I get like some credits or whatever that I can use then when I check out, right? So now this person's going to be signed up from me, even though I don't get paid through Lashify or whatever, right? But you're going to have customers that, they're not going to want to create customer accounts. They're not going to want to create and go through. They stop whenever they get to that page of having to create an account, and they feel like they're kind of set up and getting locked in, right? So this is going to allow people kind of like more of like an e-commerce, a referral type of thing, which is more of what the whole social media platforms are onto a little bit, so people are more comfortable following a link. Oh, I see the product I want to get. Now I can read about the product. I can purchase the product. I'm done. I don't ever have to come back to that. Now, with that said, if they're following your link, you can follow up with them. You can shoot them a message, see how they like the product or so forth, just like the company could also and probably will be set up where they can send them a message. Ask them, hey, if you create, an auto ship per se, and I guarantee there's going to be some kind of incentive that they can order this one time at the retail cost, right? Or they can set up an auto ship. And therefore, that's going to get them go ahead and get their account set up, because no matter what, their one-time purchase, they're still going to need to put their email, they're still going to need to put their address and so forth, right? Even if they don't go through the whole, now I don't know how it's all going to be set up, but regardless, in order for them to get to that link, they're still going to need your information, right? It's still going to be attached to you.
I have a feeling, because I am somebody who shops online quite a bit. Okay. I shop online quite a bit. I have a feeling that what will probably happen and what will probably, what will probably happen is they'll be able to get to the cart, and, at the end of them actually making a purchase, they're going to just say, okay, like, now that you've made your purchase, do you want to, like, save your information for later? And it will probably ask them for like their, to create an account right then, where at that point, they already have their phone number, they already have their email, they already have their address, because they've already purchased, right? So it will be more simple for them to create an account, just be like, oh, hey, like, why don't you just, like, create an account here, make a username and password, and you're done, right? That way, when you do want to come back, like, your stuff is still there. So it's almost like reverse setting them up. They've already bought though. Okay. So that is going to be extremely, extremely powerful for you guys. Anyways, what else was there? Did I miss anything else? There was a hair, skin, and nails. There's a balance and single serves. There's a saliva swabs. There's Shop Thrive. What else am I missing?
The hormonal thing, I don't know all the details, but I heard the word libido. I heard, different things. And I've seen a couple different ways that this has been out on the market, in different ways. This will be the first for us. I can tell you, in my previous company, we actually had something that was like for estrogen type of product. I don't know. Do you know if they mentioned is it going to be more targeted for females or males? Or are they going to target both? Do you know?
I heard it was mostly for females, and I heard it was a kit. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of the big ops for Thrive-Palooza, which is exciting. But
You're cutting out.
Palooza, get your tickets if you guys have not yet. There goes my connection again. It's going unstable. Am I there?
You're here right now, but you were definitely going in and out for a second.
Okay.
Yep, you're good.
Palooza, I mean, get to Palooza if you guys have not yet figured that out yet. A lot of people are staying off site. There's a lot of hotels around the Gaylord, so you guys don't have to, like, if it's a money thing, it doesn't have to be there. I know Lavelle was doing giveaways too for some of the tickets. I don't remember if it's still going on, but you guys can actually win your tickets and a stay. So make sure you guys, go figure out how that works, because it would just literally, what is it, ends March 22nd. Yeah, go figure out how that works. I mean, I already got mine, so I was like, I don't know how to qualify for this, but I should look, because I have a bunch of team that could probably really, utilize this free tickets and a stay to get to Thrive-Palooza, right? What else is there? And then we did get our new getaway, our new getaway thingies.
I want to talk about that real quick, because I know, guys, society and the world right now is really crazy. Okay. And it can feel like a very tight pinch. I'm going to tell you, I have not missed a conference in the past decade, since I've been in this industry, because it's like this, it's going to propel you forward no matter what. Being in a room of like-minded people and just the energy of what's out there, what's possible. You're going to hear a story of somebody that's up there that is literally last year maybe was sitting in the crowd in the back row. I remember my very first conference my second conference I'd gone to, I remember reflecting back to how I sat in the back the very first conference and heard a woman on stage talking about where I was that year. Right. And then the very next year, I was like up in that VIP section, and like you had to be a specific rank to be at the VIP section. And it was something that I worked very, very hard for. And all I could think of, I need my whole team up here with me. But I had heard stories of people that were just like me, that came from small towns, that had no background in this. And your belief grows. Your belief grows getting to these events. So you can find, the cheapest flights or hop in a car and drive. I don't know how far away you are. It's pretty darn far away from me. So I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, no, I'm flying. But when it comes to the hotels or Airbnbs, right? Even if it's 10, 15 minutes down the road, you guys, that's okay. It's okay. My very first conference with Lavelle, I think like Lisa had gotten a hotel, and like we got like a room block. And we took over that almost entire hotel, and we were like 20, 25 minutes away, but we didn't care. We didn't care because the hotel had a shuttle bus, and they took us literally right to the event center. And so like you'll find a lot of these hotels in these areas will have shuttle buses. And I know for a fact Colorado does, because we did a scavenger hunt, and really downtown Colorado, there's tons of stuff and you can really walk anywhere. We did a scavenger hunt all over literally Colorado, like Denver. So I don't even remember where the Gaylord was, because we stayed at the Ritz-Carlton for a leadership retreat there. But I can tell you, no matter where you stay, like literally pile the rooms, okay? Pile the rooms, order some pizzas, go down the road to like Little Caesars and get $5 pizzas, and just go buy bread and peanut butter and jelly, and you guys sit around. Like I eat peanut butter and jelly at the last Gaylord. Like seriously, they make the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but make it in your room. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like just find a way to make it work, and do not think you have to go to all these fancy expensive dinners or whatever, and you are less than. All right. I don't care what rank you are. I don't care how much your paycheck is. I don't care if you have $0 or you have millions of dollars. You are just the same as that next person coming in the door. Okay. You are deserving to be there. You are deserving to hit the top and go and make all your dreams come true and help so many people. And that's where these self-limiting beliefs and so forth, you belong. Each of you belong. They created this company so that every single person could have a free website. We could all share this product. And in the world that we are today, everybody is bringing in the referral, the affiliate marketing. I just saw another MLM company that's doing where you can create a free account and share the referral link. And I have a feeling that when this e-commerce thing comes up, they're going to do that similarly. People that don't necessarily want to build a team, but want to share referrals, maybe being able to make money off of that. Maybe you won't make as much as if you built a team, but referrals, getting product for free and so forth, you're going to hit those different types of people that are willing to share about products. Like I'm sure you guys have seen the UGC creators, same thing. All they're doing, you guys, is sharing a product. So do not be afraid to share. Do not be afraid to talk about your business. Now more than ever, it is acceptable. It is exciting. And I just do not try to think that if you are not signing 20 people, that you are not a great person, like a great promoter. Okay. You just haven't hit your market yet. So keep on putting it out there. Keep on sharing what you love and what you're excited about and how you want to build your business, who you want to help while you grow your business. Keep on figuring out who you are, what excites you about Lavelle and this opportunity, and then just open up your mouth and don't stop sharing it. Okay. Because I can tell you, I had this fear, and Jackie had talked about it, at the very beginning about like kind of not fitting in. I've always been that girl that never felt like they really kind of fit in. I cheered all my life. I played softball all my life. And it was like, I always felt like I was like the one like not included. It was in my head. You guys, I earned my spot on the teams just the same as the next person. And each person that is on this Zoom and each person that is at that event, you guys soak up the knowledge around you. Know that not one single person will turn you away or snub their nose up at you. And if they do, you come get me and I will smack the shit out of them. Okay. Because I don't like that at all. And I will just put them right in their place because that's just blah. Anyways, I can't stand that shit. But really, just know that in order to grow, you have to surround yourself with the people that are doing it, right? You have to soak up the knowledge and soak up the belief because it is there. And like these getaways and these trips, wait, where's the leadership retreat? That's what was announced. What was it? Oh my gosh, why can I not? Was it
It's in Cabo. It's in
in
Cabo.
Cabo? Yes.
June 22nd to 25th. It is okay. So I'm gonna actually talk about this because it's a little bit important that I talk about this because it is at the 40, 80, and 200K ranks. Okay. Which is those are really high ranks. It's honestly, it's not going to be easy to get to. Anyone who's a brand new 4K going to 12K, like you guys might be able to qualify at 40K and utilize the rank advancement season that's happening right now to get yourself to those numbers. Okay. Even if you guys don't get to those numbers, I want to stress to you guys that even on the last getaway, we had two girls. Okay. Two girls that were brought. One was a brand promoter on a completely different leg and team. Her upline is no longer here, right? She was brought as a +1 to Miami. The same getaway I'm telling you guys was absolutely incredible. She was about to like literally walk away from the business, right? But she was brought as a guest. Okay. So I want you guys to really like, as long as the belief is there, as long as you still believe in yourself, the products and all these things, like you can go to these getaways, right? Yes, there's going to be golden tickets. It's obviously the better you perform, the higher your chances are, but you don't have to be a top performer to get brought to one of these things. Okay. Even if you guys are not the ones who are qualifying. What was the other thing? Also, another one, a 4K on my team, right? She was actually brought by a sideline because there was a spot open and they knew how much she wanted to go. Like she was brought, right? That is the definition of community, right? They have nothing to gain off of each other. The chats right now are literally going off where you guys are super thankful for like where you guys are here and all this stuff and just actually feeling included and like you guys belong here, right? So don't count yourself out for one of these things. Another thing, two times on this getaway, I actually experienced something I've never experienced before. Okay. So one of my experiences, I met somebody who has been with the company since 2013. Our company was actually founded in 2012 in the month of September. So she's actually been with the company pretty much since the beginning. And guess what? She's still working her business, right? She still has a lot of personal roles that are still here today. And I didn't know who she was, you guys. I didn't know who she was. And I don't have an ego when I'm going into a room meeting people. They don't know who I am. They don't know what kind of numbers we do. They don't know they don't know any of that stuff, right? Like I don't walk in there with an ego, but me and her connected because I was like, holy crap, are you on that team? She's like, no, they're on my team. And I'm like, what? There's people here in this company that I've never heard of before, right? They're so humble. They're super, super humble. She came up to me and my boyfriend. She's like, oh my God, I love your shoes. Right. And then we were like literally talking about it. And then when I sat to talk to her, I was like, holy crap, she's been here since the beginning of the company. She's got over 300 million in sales in team volume, like since she started. Right. And then I realized, I was like, holy crap, she's got like, I can name like 10 heavy hitters that are on her team, but she's so humble, right? She's so humble. She's still here today. She's still working her business. She's still sharing Thrive. She's still posting all the stuff, right? It's like, it never skipped a beat. I was able to hear about her story. Very inspiring story as well. I think she's got like 4 kids or something. And she's young. She's literally like, she's only 43 years old with all these older kids. And, it just struck me because I thought to myself, if you've been here in this company for 10 years, your kids must have really seen the transformation of your guys' lives changing from like she told me, she's like, we were on food stamps, we were on all these things. And like her kids now are living a much better life, right? There's so many people that will skip out on the opportunity because they think it gets too hard or they hit a season or whatever. When if you were to just sit here for like 10 years, right? imagine all of the lives that are going to be impacted, right? So anyways, that was one thing that I experienced. And I was like, I cannot believe I've never seen this person before. I've actually never seen her name before, but I clearly see, like, when I go on her page, I'm like, she's definitely doing things. Her team is doing things. Like, it's just crazy who you'll meet. Okay. Another encounter that I had, which was another mind-blowing thing to me. Okay. Because we often think when we're in this business, where, oh, nobody wants Thrive, right? Nobody wants Thrive. Nobody's like, it seems like it's quiet. Okay. So I met this girl. She's actually on Mike Page's team. Mike Page was our most recent, you guys, 8-figure earner. And, for her to tell me, I'm like, who's your upline? Just we're making conversation. I didn't know anything. She was on the yacht party. She asked, she's like, oh, do you want me to take a picture of you? I'm like, sure. And I'm like, what is your name? I've actually never seen you before. And then like, she told me her name. I'm like, oh, she's like, this is my first getaway. I'm like, wow, welcome. And I didn't ask her rank or anything. I really don't care. Right? I don't care what somebody's rank is. I just knew I had never seen her before. We're normally used to seeing all the same faces. And, when she told me this is my first getaway, I'm like, oh my God, you're in for a treat. I was just, just excited for her because it was her first time there. And then she told me that her upline was Mike Page. That gave me another aha, you guys, that Mike Page is still working his business, right? He's an 8-figure earner, just like our upline, Maria, and he's still working his business. He signed her. She earned a spot on the yacht. The yacht was not easy to qualify for, right? It was like 5,000 PPA. And, when she was asking me, I was asking her about her promoter journey. And she had told me, she's like, yeah, I earned this spot. I just turned on in November. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's February right now. And you earned Miami with the yacht. That is absolutely incredible. She's like, yeah, I had heard about Thrive like 2 years ago. And, I just finally like took it serious in November. And like, here I am. It's crazy. I've been like, going through like, I'm just learning. I'm just like a sponge. And I asked her, I said, what made it different for you to turn on? Okay. So I'm asking these questions and stuff because, what makes somebody turn on, right? She just told me, she said, honestly, she's like, I actually just started taking the products and I was feeling really good about it. And I'm like, that was it? She's like, yeah. She's like, I heard about it 2 years ago. Mike Page and his wife, they introduced it to me and it was just kind of sitting around. She's like, but in November, I actually took it and I just felt really good. And then I started sharing it. And then this and this happened. So I go to add her on Instagram, you guys. I go to add her. I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, let's keep in contact. We took a photo, one for the books, right? Because I love to connect with people. And when I went to go to her page, she's like, she has on her page that she's a 40K VIP brand promoter. And I was just shocked. I was like, wow, this is so crazy. Like, you just turned on in November. You went 40K. And I'm like, did you do it during Operation Winning? She's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, holy crap, you guys. That's incredible. Like, that is a brand new person who is doing the things, right? She's literally ignorance on fire. She's talking to a lot of people, still very new and learning. You guys, you don't have to know everything to make a movement. You're right. You don't need to know everything to take action. You don't. All you have to do is start taking action. You can do it messy. She's obviously got amazing support. Mike Page is a beast, right? He's been in the company for a very long time. I'm sure he's got tons of resources and things for her to dip into. And if she's got questions, she's going to ask it. But, like, there's people out there, right? I want to just share that she's actually from Utah. You guys will probably see her one day. I wouldn't be surprised if she went on stage this year, right? I really wouldn't. But it's crazy because I'm meeting a brand new person who's coming in like fire. She went 40K, right? I'm meeting people who have been in the company for 10 years with the same freaking fire, right? What does that tell you? We have something so freaking amazing here, right? We honestly, we do. I see Amanda, she's back.
I
Isn't that
am.
crazy?
I've been like blowing my nose and waving my nose, so I keep throwing the camera off, but also I was taking a picture. I want to tell every single one of you guys on the Zoom tonight, take away the self-limiting beliefs, take away all of the fear that you have of looking stupid. In fact, I just made a TikTok and a reel about that. And it's like, you know what? When you are your own boss, you're going to have skeptics, you're going to have haters, you're going to have people that doubt your ability of growing. I can remember when I first came in, I knew absolutely diddly squat. I could not explain hardly anything to anybody. All I did was ignorance on fire, and I shared. I went live, I talked. I have been getting so many messages about people seeing my fire coming back and my excitement coming back. And I didn't even like, I've had a past couple days, I've had a rough week. But I can tell you this, I have talked to so many people. In fact, I have a promoter that, a girl that wants to start as a promoter. And her hours were like 3 to 11. And anyways, I'm dropping off a sample to her tomorrow. I have another girl, I'm putting out a sample of Thrive Elite into the mail tomorrow. I am getting samples out of stuff. And even though, these are things I'm going to have to mail, or somebody like this girl, I'm just going to drop it in her mailbox because she just lives right down the road from me. But we're finding ways and talking to people, and I'm getting ready to make a post about this Zoom tonight and about people. So I don't care if somebody's here just to refer products so they get their product for free because this economy sucks. I don't care if it's somebody that wants to make some extra money. Like, I'm here to help whoever. I can't make people do it, but I can show them that I'm excited and I'm here for it, right? I'm here to help each one of you guys hit your goals. And if you want this, if you need this, then every day you need to get up and you need to put that picture of whatever your why is right in front of you and just stay focused. Do not overthink this. Do not think you have to be something you're not. Just get up, be excited, and share what you have your hands on. Because when I came in, I was ignorance on fire, and I went through those ranks very, very quickly. A lot of people did, okay, because I couldn't do it alone. So I stress that every single day I asked for it. I was like, who wants to come on this journey with me? And when you ask for it from the universe, you guys, it will deliver. If you tell people what you want to help them with, those people will start reaching out to you. But if you do not ask for it, if you do not share it, nobody's going to come knocking on your door. Okay, so you've got to put it out there. You've got to be excited. You've got to remember there's going to be some people that want to join because of the community. There's going to be some people that want to join for the free product. There's going to be some people that need the grocery money, but they don't have the belief that they can do that. Tina Bow, she's a sideline of mine, but she was actually on my team in my previous company. And that girl, she's got my heart. Okay. And I'm going to root for her. I know she's going to be a 200K one day. And I got to tell you, watching her re-rank and hit at 12K bonus, I know what that's doing for her family. And I'm going to start crying, sitting there thinking about it, because I can remember years and years and years ago, it's like, borrow my belief until you believe in yourself, you guys. And like, that's exactly it. It's like, you might not believe right now. Borrow the belief from me, borrow the belief from Jackie, borrow the belief from that person to your left, to your right, because I promise you, if you grab onto people right now that really want this, please get away from the people that are like stagnant and not wanting to move and complaining every day. Focus where the energy is going. Focus where the energy is. Get on the calls, listen to the Zooms, hit the replay on some of the ones that were over the gift of growth in December. Learn, get your learning hat on and go and apply it. Show up with fire. If you don't already do it, I highly suggest in the mornings, if that's when you work your business or whenever it is that you primarily work your business, put on some motivational stuff in the background. I used to listen to Les Brown all the time, or like just put on motivational videos in the background on YouTube, and they would fire me up. And it would just like, I had so much belief, there was no time for doubt. There was no time for doubt. So I just kept on popping out. I didn't have the fear to message people. I didn't have the fear to follow up. I didn't have the fear to shoot the happy birthdays or the interactions or to add people. But find what it is that you are wanting to do, like really nail down your why, and then just go for it. Do not put yourself in that, oh, well, we only have 8 days and only have $1,000. Guarantee there's somebody on the Zoom right now that is at $1,000 in QV that's going to be a 4K by the end of the month. I guarantee it. I guarantee there's somebody sitting at 5 or 6K right now that some of you have crossed it off, said, I'm not going to go 12K this month. I'm going to just push to 8. But there's somebody on here right now that's 5 or 6K that's going to go 12K by the end of the month.
Before we get carried away, we have 1 minute left. This is a really important thing. We got a new promo that happened today. The promoter appreciation Okay, so all that stuff is great. I see the graphics. I'm like, cool, yay, we're getting free things, free shipping, blah, blah, blah. This is upgrade pack time, right? Make sure you guys are selling them. But I saw something else very special. This is probably going to make or break your month. Okay. Make or break your month. I would encourage you guys, set your goals right now. How far are you from rank? How many promoters do you guys have on your team? We were talking about double QV. Any upgrade packages that are bought during this time or sold, whatever you want to call it, upgrade packages in your downline, they're going to be double volume. Okay. That is insane. I'm going to give you guys you know, I don't know if you guys know what a red leg is or being imbalanced or whatever. Like, let's just say somebody has completely not really been much into their business and you want to get them to come back. Maybe they have a 12K sitting under them, right? They signed them and kind of like left them or whatever. And their next rank is 4K, right? Like they've been kind of out of the business for a little bit. They can actually sell an 800 pack right now, right? And go 4K and get a 4K bonus. Isn't that crazy, Amanda?
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope they would want to come back and actually work their business, but just for something like that, like let's just say they quit on the business, they were like, oh, you know, it was too hard or whatever. Like, really? Is it really too hard? Like, this looks, you know, like you already have a leg under you, or you've already got some team and you just put in a little bit of work, you can do that. You just a little tip for you guys, but I mean, beyond that, like for the people who are really honestly, truly working and they want the growth and they're going for more, right? Either using this time as a building season to get to their long-term goals, right? Like, where do you guys want to be in 5 years, 10 years, right? This is something right now where don't leave this on the table. If you guys, like, let's just say you're going to be like $4,000 away from hitting your 12K rank and you're trying to get there, you're going to be able to do it with $2,000 of upgrade package volume. Okay. Like, that's like a big thing. It can make or break your month.
Yeah, and don't forget, you guys, there is like the Klarna and Quad Pay or whatever people can utilize if they need to break down those payments. But also, I highly encourage just focus on trying to get samples out and go ahead and collect that you are placing the order on, say, Friday. I'm just going to pick a day. You're placing the order on Friday. If somebody wants a sample, let you know. They can go ahead and pay for the sample. The girl that I'm mailing out the sample to tomorrow, she sent me the money today and she's like, hey, just wanted to remind you, tomorrow's President's Day. You can't mail it tomorrow, so mail it on Tuesday. Great, wonderful. You know, so she's expecting, like, I'm not going to mail it. And yes, I charge for it because it's my product. All right. And I know that she's going to order. And should she turn around and order, I'm going to turn around. I'm probably going to give her $15 in credits off of her order. But that's just the way I do things. Whatever. I only gave her a smaller charge because she's already an ordering customer. But I want to get you guys thinking outside the box. And like Jackie said, somebody that has, like, you know, volume in one leg but not the other, boom, they can jump in, get the 4K bonus. Same goes for, say they have a little bit of volume and they're close to that 12K leg. You know, it's like what, 4,800 or something like that you need outside at 4,800. And you know, 16,000 or something for, anyways, you can really make some magic happen if you have just a few people working outside in those smaller legs. So just really think outside the box, find out who on your team wants to work, who wants to run, and then just keep on showing up. Like, I'm going to be checking my numbers to probably tomorrow whenever I sit down and I break. I'm going to see who's close to rank, who's how far away. I'm going to be reaching out to them and say, hey, this is what you need. Just because some people don't know, right? Some people don't know. And I want to make sure they know, boom, you have 7 days. Let's make this happen, especially with this double QV, magic can happen. And then all those double QVs, it's the last thing I'll say, and then I'll let Jackie say it. Remember, they could get those packs, yes, but they're VIP people coming in. You guys, those VIP packs, man, it could really add up quick. Go ahead, Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be more to it, but we're just saying right now that if you guys do work this promo, you guys can trigger that bonus, right? Like, even whatever next month looks like, the month after, like, you know, don't get yourself down. Like, even if you don't maintain it like for the next couple months, but if you trigger the bonus, you can still get it for like the next like 8, 10, 12 whatever months it is for that rank. So if you trigger it now, you don't know what's going to happen in March and April, even though just historically March and April have been the really, really busy months, but you want to trigger it as soon as possible, right? Just trigger it, secure it. Because if you triggered it now, like we may not see double volume for the rest of this operation winning, right? We might not see it. That's a big thing, right? So utilize the double volume, utilize the balance packs, the hair, skin, and nails, push the new products. Yeah, that's my best advice, just to try to close off February. And we have 8 days left, right? So try to close it off strong.
Yep. So, all right, guys, we will get this recording up ASAP. So get your game plan. Even if you haven't really been working up until now, let's make it happen. So let's finish the month strong. All right, guys, see you later. Have a good night. Thanks, Jackie.
Bye.